Alright, my name is Azrael Knox. Now, it's been a very long time since I've actually done anything on the channel in earnest. So basically, where I've been for the last year and a half, I'm more or less the living embodiment of Lemony Snicket's series of unfortunate events in terms of random shit that's been happening to me. My current situation, I'm under a court order not to discuss until it is concluded, so I can't discuss that. But the last year and a half, ooh. Right, so last year and a half, let's see. I moved into this place, loving it here, absolutely loving it here. The reason why I moved into this place, the downstairs guy at my last place, he, let's try to put it politely, he was a complete nut job. My absolute fucking nut job. Like, even the local police, as soon as I tell them who I used to live near, they're like, Jesus Christ, how the hell did you get away from him? So, there's that. And I live in a fucking rough area. Like, a really rough area. Like, you're walking around after dark, you walk down the wrong alleyway, you're going to get stabbed in the kidney by a 12-year-old. Rough area. So, yeah. So the coppers know that guy. Then after I moved in here, it was good for about a month. Met the guy downstairs here, complete opposite of the guy at the other place, nicest guy. Don't really know him too well, but he's really good guy from what I can tell. Get on with him pretty well. But we both work all the time at the moment. So even if we weren't, we wouldn't be hanging out in each other's apartments or anything like that. It's just run into him outside. Yeah, how you going? Yeah, how you going? Oh, this is happening, that's happening, this is happening. Yep, cool. See you later. So, yeah, that's pretty much my extent with him. There was some, the other unit downstairs, when I moved in, there were some squatters. I just said to him, look, I just moved away from living next to the local drug den. So, I really don't care what you do down here, just leave me out of it. One of them was alright. He was, what was his name? Trent. Trent was alright. I liked him. He basically just said, yep, no worries. He'd ask me for smokes and shit every now and again, or you got a lighter or whatever. Like, when he knocked on my door at like 1 o'clock in the morning, I just looked at him like, mate, I was asleep. Piss off. And he's like, oh no, I'm so sorry, dude. I'm like, mate, piss off. And he was fine. And he's like, yep, no worries, I won't bother you again. And he didn't. The others though, that actually leads me back to the guy from the last place. So he tried to con me out of food, money, alcohol. Anything he could get out of me, he tried to con me out of it. So what ended up happening there was, I just said to him, bugger off. I don't have anything to give you. I'm one step away from being homeless. And I still am. But I don't have anything, so get lost. And that's when I found out he was a narcissist, and very likely a sociopath as well. So what ended up happening with him was, after I said mate, bugger off. That's when all the abuse started. That's when all the abuse started, the stalking, the death threats, the actual attempts to attack me, people coming into work looking for me, people stalking me because we lived next to the drug den, and you tell a narcissist, hey, look, piss off. That doesn't go down well. So what ended up happening there was he went over to the drug den, figured out who was who, got in tight with them as narcissists tend to do. Narcissists, not all of them, but quite a few of them, they will befriend anybody that they think will be useful to them and then manipulate them to the nth degree. So what this guy did is he goes over to the drug den and he says, oh, you know that guy Azrael that lives above me? Yeah, he's the one that dobbed you in last week. And I don't give a fuck if anybody's on drugs or not. If they're on drugs, they got bigger problems than me. If someone's smoking meth, good luck to them. Like, seriously, I wish them well. They need help. I can't give it to them. And if they're not bothering me with it, then great. Actually, reminds me, before I was in the last place, I moved out of my place before that because a meth head moved in. And he was fine for a few months. For a few months, he was fine. He was trying to clean himself up. And good luck. Good for him. He was trying to clean himself up. But, he made a mistake in that he decided to steal from me. So while I was at work, while I was at work, I had a computer monitor delivered. He signed for it, which he could do because he lived at the address and he had the address on his driver's license. So he signed for it, brought it inside. Within, I want to say, half an hour, it's at the front gate. Somebody in a car came by. He'd taken it into a shed out in the courtyard. He'd opened it up, saw what it was, and bang, it's gone in less than half an hour. And then I'm asking him when I get home. Well, I asked everybody when I got home. It was a boarding house, big boarding house. I said to everybody, hey look, I was at work, has anybody seen my parcel? Yeah, Tim signed for it. I'm like, Tim signed for it? Yeah. Fuck. So, I go and find Tim. I say to Tim, where's my parcel? Well, I don't know what you're talking about. Tim, I know you signed for it, where is it? Well, I left it in the living room. Which one? Because it was a big share house. Big share house, boarding house. Which one? Oh, I left it on your side. Because we were on opposite sides of the house. I said, alright, I'll go have a look there. No, Tim, it's not there. Oh, well, I must have been confused. I must have left it on my side. I said, okay, Tim, I'll go have a look there. And he's like, and that's when he starts getting nervous. He's like, I haven't got it. Tim, where is the parcel? Yeah, it's in the kitchen. Which kitchen, Tim? And why did you put it in the kitchen? There's not much space in either kitchen. I don't know, this, that, and the other, and just excuses flying out of his mouth. And I say to him, alright, I I'm going to ask you one more time. Where is it? Oh, I left it in the carport. I said, why did you leave it in the carport? Oh, so you could find it when you came home. So Tim, it's not in the carport. It's not in the laundry. It's not in the kitchens. It's not in the living rooms. Where is it? I haven't got it. What are you accusing me for? Come have a look in my bedroom. It's not in my bedroom. I haven't got it. I said, that's fine. But you signed for it. It is your responsibility. Where is it? I don't know what you're talking about. What parcel? What are you talking about? Like, Tim, you signed for it. It's your responsibility. So, where is it? And he just shut down at that point. And so what ended up happening was we had to get the landlady involved. So we got the landlady involved. And mind you, this is 3 years ago now. So we got the landlady involved. We checked the security cameras. Oh, that's something else as well. Tim, because he is addicted to meth, and meth essentially rots your brain, he forgot that we had security cameras. So he's like, I said, fine, we'll get on to the landlady, we'll check security cameras. We got security cameras? And you just see the deer in the headlights look on his face, and he's like, fuck. So we checked the cameras, very just plain as day. He signed for it. Within 5 minutes of signing for it, he's looking it over. He goes into the shed. He's in the shed for about 20 minutes. Some guy comes in a car. He meets him out the front, and it's gone. I'm like, Tim, I will make this very simple for you. You can reimburse me for what you stole from me, or I'm going to go file a police report. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't do nothing. I didn't do. Tim, I've seen the footage. All right, fine, I took it, but I didn't know what it was. I wanted to know what it was. Tim, it was none of your business what it was. Oh, well, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, Tim, stop. Just stop. He's like, and he's shut up, and he's like, you can reimburse me, and I'm going to forget any of this ever happened, or we're going to have a chat with the police. And he's just like, all right, give me a couple of weeks. I said, Tim, you got 1 week. No, 1 week's not enough. Tim, you have 1 week. All right, fine. And then he tried to skip out on me. And then when he realised he couldn't do that, he came back. Tim, where's my money? Where's my money? All right. So I filed a police report. Tim's brother happened to be a lawyer. So Tim's brother bailed him out for him. So Tim's brother's just basically gone through the real estate agent and the landlady and said, right, I understand the situation. I know what Tim did. So what I'm going to do now is I will reimburse Asriel, and can we consider the matter closed? I was done with him at that point. I'm like, yep, fine, cool, whatever. So, got reimbursed. I bought another monitor, and I was ready to let it go. Tim was not. So, after that, Tim went fucking ballistic. So, he started stalking me. He was stalking me for, I want to say, 6 months maybe. So he got evicted. for stealing. He wasn't just stealing from me, as I found out later, but he got evicted for stealing. Yeah, so I got evicted for stealing, and of course that was all my fault because I'm the one that caught him. Yeah, so he was not happy about that. Right, I'm going to fill up that tub after I rinse it out. So, yeah, so he got caught, and he got evicted, so naturally that's Azriel's fault because I stole from Azriel. Right. Bipolar is a pain in the ass. I'm doing 3 things at once because I've got the energy for it. And I've got type 2 bipolar, so it puts me more on the aggressive end. I get stuck there for weeks. So, yeah, so Tim got evicted. And he blamed me for it. As you do. So I'm like, okay, Tim is stalking me now. So what I need to do is I need to make myself scarce. So otherwise I'd probably still be in that share house. So yeah, the landlady there, yeah, top notch, lovely person. Absolutely lovely person. I'm smelling something. It's not coming from that. But, it's not coming from there. But, yeah, so the landlady there, amazing person. Very kind, very patient. And she did try to, like me, she did try to give Tim the benefit of the doubt. But you can only do that so much with people. So how is that? Fuck. I'm going to have to pour that out, start again, because I need 5 litres. Okay. No, just consider that an extra rinse. But, yeah, so she tried to give Tim the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, so what ended up happening was Tim started stalking me. So he was stalking me for about 6 months. He'd show up at work, try to talk to me. The last time I remember seeing him, he was waiting for me to finish work. And he's waiting outside my workplace on crutches. He's, oh, I'm so sorry about this and that and the other and blah, 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 blah. I said to him, yeah, it's all fine and good, but I never want to see you again. Don't talk to me, don't follow me, don't, yeah, don't. You're lucky I didn't put you on those crutches. And he's just taken aback, like, what? I said, you fucking heard me. So that's 4. I said, you heard me. Do not contact me again. I want nothing to do with you. Oh, but I'm sorry. I'm so sorry about what happened and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I get that. I understand. So don't contact me again. Because I'm not interested. I don't want to hear it. Oh, but I'm sorry. And I don't care. So, and then I'm finding bloody handprints on my window at that place. I'm like, okay, well that's not good. So I'm like, right, time to leave. As much as it sucks, I gotta go. I can't be here if he's hanging around trying to catch me or trying to break in or whatever. Is the night that I said, right, we'll just get the landlady involved, he tried to break into my room. Like, I got woken up by the door handle jiggling. So, yeah, so that's Tim. And then I move into the next place, which is next to the local drug den, because I had to get out of that house because of Tim. Because I wasn't going to deal with him trying to hack into my computer, because he knew the network password, and he knew my computer's IP address because he was a tech guy. And yeah, he threatened to put unsavory images on my computer after I caught him. And I think he did actually try to do that. My computer started acting strangely, and then my VPN stopped working. So my VPN stopped working, and I'm just like, okay, something strange is happening here. I don't know what's happening, but the only thing I can think of is Tim threatened me with something like this. So what I ended up doing was I disconnected from the home network, and I got a mobile network. Suddenly it all stopped. So everything stopped. Not immediately, but after a reset of the computer, and yeah, after a reset of the computer, and what do I do with my spoon? After a reset of the computer and all that, yeah, it suddenly just, yeah, it stopped. So, but that's when the door, the handprints on the window started happening. Tim started showing up everywhere that I happened to be. So yeah, so I'm just like, right, gotta go. And then I ended up at my last place, which was next to the drug den, and that was fine. Like, for 6 months, that was absolutely fine. And then the guy downstairs moved in, and he moved in. He moved in. Yeah, about halfway through the year, and he was fine. Didn't have any problems with him for months. In hindsight, he was. In hindsight, he's doing his thing of, oh well, this, that, and the other, blah blah blah. Get, like, you know, the get to know you, see what I can get out of your thing. And then I started noticing stuff that he was saying wasn't adding up. So what ends up happening with him, he basically tries to manipulate me. When he can't manipulate me, he tries to intimidate me. I just said to him, mate, bugger off. Not interested. Don't try to manipulate me. Don't try to intimidate me. It's not going to work. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And that's when he started fucking with me. That's when I got a doorbell camera. Actually, no. I got the doorbell camera before that. I'm getting this place confused with the last one. I got the doorbell camera before that because some of the local addicts were came over and they started looking at the neighbours' cars, like, what can we get out of this car? Like, they're looking in the windows and all that. What can we get out of this? Is there anything worth taking? All that. And I just happened to walk out of my front door because I heard noise. I'm leaning over the stairs and I'm like, Alright, what's going on here? And they saw me and they're like, fuck. So they saw me, they're like, fuck, somebody's seen us. We need to get out of here now. So they're like, we need to get out of here. And yeah, a couple of hours later, I hear somebody trying to pick my front door open. So that's why I got my doorbell camera. Yeah, so that's why I got my doorbell camera, because somebody tried to pick my front door open. That's what I'm doing at the moment. Is I'm getting ready to bottle some beer. Just need to make sure everything has sanitizer on it. I'm about to go get the fermenter in a minute, which I should have done as soon as I was done with the dishes, because it's going to shake up everything in the bottom, and that's not what I want in the bottles. That is going to taste awful and not be very good. So it's going to increase the likelihood that the bottles are going to explode. Okay, so I'm going to go get the fermenter. Oh, a little bit worried for a second there. Thought I was going to drop it. So this is roughly 23 litres of dark ale. I'm looking forward to bottling. This is some more ale, but this is a different kind of ale that I started 2 days ago. It's a little cloudy at the moment because I've got hay in it. I'm going to go get a chair. I really should have been more organised than this. Because one of the big things with brewing alcohol is that you do not want to be fucking around, because you'll get sick. Yeah, if you're brewing alcohol, don't fuck around, because you'll get sick or you'll kill someone. So, put this in, and I'll go for a little bit longer, and then I'll end this, because the GoPro's getting pretty hot. Alright. So, yeah, so where was I? Yeah. So I'm at the last place, 6 months, blah, blah, blah. This guy's fine for about 3 months. And then I catch on to what he's doing. And then, I catch on to what he's doing, which pisses him off. So, if you're ever dealing with a narcissist, be very, 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 very careful. They do not like getting caught lying or manipulating or any of that. Because these are new bottles, I don't necessarily need to sanitize them. I could just run them under the hot water. But because I am brewing, I'm not taking any chances. So caps are in there. I'm using a no rinse sanitizer, so I can just chuck the bottle in. Give it a good shake up. A bit more in there. So I'm using a no rinse sanitizer. Make sure it gets right into the bottle. Whack it on the rack. Which I probably should have put some sanitizer on as well. But, yeah, that'll do. If I was using bottles that I already used, I would be a lot more stringent about what I'm doing. Alright, so yep, just get the sanitizer right through. Yeah, so he's realised manipulating me isn't going to work, so he starts trying to intimidate me. And then he realises, well, fuck, intimidation ain't going to work. So he starts outsourcing. And I knew what he was doing as soon as he did it. And what he's done is he's run over to the drug den. He's like, oh, that guy, Azrael, he's doing this, he's doing that, he's doing the other thing. And, yeah, so he's done that, and that's backfired on him as well. Because while I did have people follow me for some time, they caught on to what was happening. Because they're like, who's the fuck's this Azrael guy? Why don't we know him? And what the hell? Because they're like, is this a new guy? Do we know who this is? They're like, nobody knows who I am. Except maybe Tim. But Tim wasn't around at the time. Yeah, so Tim wasn't around at the time. So I think he got locked up again. God, I need a fucking bottle tree. Yeah, so Tim wasn't around at the time. Yeah, so Tim wasn't around at the time, so nobody could ask Tim. So what ended up happening was I had people come into work looking for me. They come into work, figure out who I was, follow me around until I went into the back. And then I'd have, and when that didn't work, with intimidating me or whatever, especially since one of the managers saw people trying to go into the back to try to find me, and went off his freaking nut. Like, what the hell are you two doing? Get the fuck out of here, blah, 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 blah. They got thrown out, and suddenly they stopped doing that. So what they'd do is they'd hang around outside of work. So they work in a public area. So they'd hang around outside of work, waiting for me to come out. But they didn't know my work schedule. I mean, at the time, I didn't know my work schedule. Because I was picking up random hours. I'd be like, I'd just get asked, can you come in last minute? Yeah, I can come in last minute. So eventually that all came to a head. So what ended up happening when that came to a head was one day I'm at work and I'm out in the public area. Ricky, what are you doing? So I'm out in the public area, and so I'm out in the public area and somebody's behind me. So they're like right fucking there. I turn around and they turn around with me. So I turn around this, they turn around with me. So what I ended up doing is I take a step to the side, 3 steps back, and they're like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. And then I run off. Meth addict, of course. And then, I don't know what the hell she was doing. I think she might have been trying to get into my backpack. And then, a couple of hours later, I'm doing my job. I'm in and out of the, I'm in and out of work because of what my job was at the time. So I'm coming in, I'm coming out, I'm just going back and forth. And I happen to look up. Where the hell is my phone? It doesn't matter. Let's say this is my phone. I happen to look up, and there's I was in a shopping centre, so there's an overhang looking over the ground floor. So I happen to look up there, and I see the Sheila. She's like, as she's following me with her phone, trying to video me. I'm like, all right, I don't know what you're doing. I know you're videoing me, I don't know why. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep an eye on you. I keep an eye on her. She's still doing it after like 5 minutes. So what I ended up doing was I went up to the level she was on. I go up to the level she's on, and I walk up behind her. And I'm probably from me to that box away. From me to that box away over there. I just walk up behind her. Don't say anything. I don't say anything. I don't do anything. I walk up to her, walk up next to her, and yes, I just walk up next to her and I'm just like, cross my arms, stand next to her about that far away, look over the railing, and wait for her to notice me. She noticed me. And she shit a brick as soon as she did. As soon as she saw me, she almost dropped her phone over the railing, and she fucking ran. I didn't say anything to her, didn't threaten her, didn't do anything. And as soon as she realised that I knew what she was doing, oh, she fucking ran for it. And yeah, that was a good one. But mind you, this has all happened in the same day. So what ends up happening after that is I just go back to work. And I'm just doing my job, doing my job. Just keep doing my job, minding my own business. And I see these, this is in the shopping centre, I see these people sitting at one of the cafes. They're both meth heads, of course. Just sitting at a cafe, every time I walk past them, they weren't doing this, but they're just, every time I walk past them. I just ignored them, didn't say anything, didn't do anything. I mean, they're sitting at a cafe, none of my damn business. I don't care. They're there for at least 4 hours, I think. They were there for 4 hours, weren't eating anything, weren't drinking anything, just watching me. Because I was doing a long shift that day. I'm just like, alright, apparently I'm interesting enough to watch me work, so I'm just going to ignore that. So I ignore it. And yeah. And so these people, they're starting to get annoyed because I'm not reacting to them. I'm not reacting to the intimidation attempts. What's wrong with this guy? Like, they're like, what is wrong with this guy? Why isn't he freaking out? I wasn't freaking out because I had nothing to freak out about. Alright, let's get this balloon off. I had a balloon over the spigot on the fermenter because it was in the laundry with Ricky. Okay, so I'm definitely going to have to get some sanitizer up on that. Right, get sanitizer up and on that. So the last thing I want is to have spent all the time making this beer and then having it contaminated. It's very time consuming. And this is the wrong size, I think. No, there we go. Oh, gotta be careful. The last thing I need is 23 litres of dark ale spilling out everywhere. Alright. So, and then there's one more guy that showed up. And mind you, this is all in the same day. This is all the same day. One more guy showed up. I just need to go find my phone so I know what time it is. Right, so I got work in a couple of hours. Yeah, so this last guy shows up. He's standing outside the place where I work with a can of bourbon. He's just rough as guts, clearly one of their enforcers. He's just watching me come and go. Just drinking his bourbon, watching me come and go. And at that point I'm just like, yep, cool. I'm done working outside. I'm going to go and work in the back now. And that's what I did. I went and worked in the back. I ignored them all. And not too long after that, I had a car try to run me down. A car that thinking back on it, was following me around for a few months. Oh well, it's over with now. But you know, I heard about the last guy. Recently, apparently he got locked up. That's exactly what needed to happen to him. So that's good. Yeah, so that's good, because he was dangerous, like completely full-on dangerous. Alright, so it's leaking a little bit. Ooh, I almost forgot something very, very important. I need to be putting carbonation drops in these bottles. If I don't put carbonation drops in, they're going to be flat. Yeah, so apparently he's locked up. It was good. He was legitimately dangerous. I mean, even after all the shady people at the from the drug den stopped, he just kept going. Like there was nothing was going to stop him. Nothing was going to stop that guy. Like, absolutely nothing was going to stop that guy. The only thing that would have stopped him is getting locked up, or him dying. So, after all the people from the drug den stopped, he kept going. He pulled in some other guy. He pulled in some other guy to try to rope him into it. So he's tried to rope in some other guy, and I caught on to that pretty quick. So I caught on to that pretty quick, and I basically just said to the other guy, alright, so what basically happened with him was he's brought in this other guy. This other guy had a fake pistol that I didn't know was fake. So I'm up in my apartment one day. I happen to look outside. Oh, no, sorry, I forgot something. So, in the apartment complex, we had this big fuck-off sized Maori guy that everybody knew, don't mess with this guy. Some of the drinks are coming through. Everybody knew, don't mess with this guy. Yeah, so everybody knew, do not mess with this guy, because he will beat the ever-loving shit out of you. So what does narcissist do? Narcissist throws a rock through his window and directs him to me. So I get woken up at 5 o'clock in the morning by someone banging on my front door. I'm not going to demonstrate it while I've got 23 litres of dark ale in front of me. I don't want the 23 litres on the floor. But yeah, so I get woken up at 5 in the morning by banging on my front door, like trying to bash it down, kind of banging. It wasn't a knock, it was I'm tearing this fucking door down, kind of banging. So I check the doorbell camera after it stops, and here's Mary coming upstairs, and he's looking between both the doors, and he says to Narcissus downstairs. He says to Narcissus downstairs, "Okay, which one's Azrael?" And you can hear Narcissus say something, but you can't hear what he says. And then Big Maori guy is like, "Right." He starts banging on my front door. Like, I thought the door was going to come down, banging. And yeah, so I freak out. I don't remember whether I called the police that time or not, but I think I just left it, because that area of the police don't typically like going out there, because it's dangerous, for one, but two, they get called out there way too often. And yeah, so Maori guy comes around a few more times, and I just left a note on the front door. I work odd hours, sorry I keep missing you, here's a number, call me and tell me what you want. And yeah, so a couple of days later, I get woken up by, bro, he left me a note. He left me a note. And then I just hear this massive fucking argument. And then I hear glass breaking. And yeah, we also had somebody stealing mail from there. So I put up a trail cam on the tree facing the mailboxes. And I put a bike alarm on top of the trail camera, so if somebody messed with it, it'd set off the alarm. And it was up there for about a week, maybe 2 weeks. And Narcissist and his mate decided one day, we're going to take that to piss off Azrael. I'm just like, alright, okay, I know how to play this game. Because I got woken up by the bike alarm going off at like 10:30 in the morning. Fuck, I almost dropped it. At 10:30 in the morning. And I'm like, alright, cool. I'm just going to ignore that because it's not worth giving Narcissist the satisfaction. Which I can tell you now he didn't appreciate. Especially with what I did after that. So I knew it was him because I heard both of them from outside the window. Oh my god, this cunt can sleep through anything. I'm like, no, I'm awake, I just don't give a fuck. Yeah, so they're like, this cunt can sleep through anything. And I'm just like, alright, yeah, let's let you believe that. So I left it about an hour, and then I called up all the pawn shops in the local area and surrounding areas for about a 25k radius. I said to him, hey look, if a trail camera comes in and it looks like this and it's covered in super glue, that's stolen, it's mine, I don't care about getting it back, but don't take it. And then the next day, I get woken up again by Narcissist and his mate. He did fucking what? I mean, that was amazing. They're like, he did fucking what? Oh my god, that cunt is fast. That was good. That was good. That was really, really good. Right. How long does this take to break down? It doesn't say how long it takes to break down. But yeah, no, it's yeah, so I got woken up by, he did fucking what? That dude, that cunt is fucking fast. And yeah, that was good. Screwed him up there because he was hoping to get drug money for it. So that's when things intensified. But in the end, the dude tried to have me killed for about 3 months. And then I moved in here after I got a restraining order on him. So I moved in here and then I said to the squatters here, look, I've just moved away from the drug den. I had to deal with this guy. Do what you want, leave me out of it. I don't want any trouble from you. And Trent's like, yep, cool, won't bother you. And after I told him off, he didn't. After I told him off for waking me up, not waking me up, for knocking on my door at like 1 in the morning, he didn't. The rest of them decided to take that as a challenge. So what they do, so what the rest of them would do was they decided to try to open my front door at 6 in the morning because they knew I worked nights. And I just said, hey look, can you not do that? No, I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Like, this is after I've tried to make peace with them more than once. I tried to make peace with them more than once, just said, hey look, you do your thing, I'll do my thing, I'm going to pretend you're not here. And this is after I spoke to, I think it was the Sheila that actually had the lease there. That there was a meth addict. Yeah, she was interesting. So we're sitting at the bottom of the stairs. We're sitting at the bottom of the stairs. She's having a smoke. I'm just having a drink. I'm just like, yep, I live upstairs. Do what you want. Don't bother me. We're not going to have any problems. She looks at me and she's like, I'm the queen of the world. This is good for you. I can do whatever I like. Yes, you can, and there will be consequences. And she looks at me like, what? It's like, but I'm the queen of the world. I can do whatever I like. So,
well, yes, you can do whatever you like, but there will be consequences. She just looks at me like, what? And so I repeat myself. And she's like, oh, okay. And then she's only wearing a t-shirt, mind you. She's only wearing a t-shirt. Her teeth are rotting out of her head. And she tries to basic instinct me without any fucking pants on. No pants, no underwear, no nothing. And if you've seen Basic Instinct, you know what I'm talking about. She's doing that with nothing on except a t-shirt. I'm just ignoring her. And she's like, I have a gun in the ceiling. What is Ricky doing? So she's like, I have a gun in the ceiling. I just look at her straight dead in the eye. This was Good Friday last year? Yeah, Good Friday last year. Just look at her dead in the eye and I'm like, well, good for you. If you ever point that at me, I'm going to become your life's biggest problem. And she's like, I'm going to bed. I'm like, all right, see ya. Never saw her again after that. The others though, she must have told him what I said, because that's when the others really started trying to fuck with me. Yeah, because they started doing things like leaving the front door open when I was coming home from work, hoping I'd go in there. I mean, if you're trying to trap somebody with stupid shit like that, the only person you're gonna trap with something like that is someone like you. For someone like me, I don't walk into places that I don't belong. I don't steal things. I don't like drama. So they started doing that, and then when they figured out, oh well, he's not going to come in, and he's not intimidated by the door being open, they switched gears. The next thing after that, from memory, is they turned off all the security lights outside. So they got in the switch box, turned off all the security lights, and they forgot that torches exist. Like, they forgot flashlights were a thing. I'm not even joking, they forgot flashlights were a thing. I'm going to mix up another batch of that sanitizer, I think. So I don't know how long that lasts. It could still be good, but I'm not taking the risk. Yeah, so they forgot flashlights exist, and I've got a 4,000 lumen flashlight. Because I work late. And I live in a rough as fuck area, so having a very bright light on a very dark street is a very good thing. Especially with people that want darkness. They don't want light because light brings attention. So I just flick on the light, and next thing I hear from coming out of that apartment, just going off their fucking heads. They're going off their heads. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to ignore that. I'm just going to ignore that. I'm going to pretend that nothing's happening. But if they want to play games, I know how to play games. So what I ended up doing is I forgot to put carbonation drops in this one again. I'm going to end up opening some of these and finding out that I forgot to put the carbonation drops in. So what I ended up doing was I went to the local hardware. I went to the local hardware store and I'm like, all right, we're playing games, let's play games. So I go in there, 500 lumen headlamp, 800 lumen lantern, and I got my 4000 lumen flashlight. So next night when the security lights are off, I stand out the front and so I stand out the front, I light myself up like a Christmas tree, and I walk up the stairs. All of the lamps and lanterns and torches all on the highest setting. One of them tries to walk out and follow me up the stairs, and the next thing I hear, what the fuck, blah 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 blah, what the fuck, I can't see. What the fuck is going on? Because the idiots didn't realise that I knew what they were doing. Alright, so that's got carbonation drops in it. So they didn't realise I knew what they were doing. Does one have carbonation drops in it? Yep. So they didn't realise I knew what they were doing. And so I lit myself up, just checking the bottles, see if they got carbonation drops in them. If they don't, I'm gonna have to open them and put them in. That one definitely does, so I can see it. It's just melted to the bottom. Yep. So, yep, that one does. That one does. Yeah, so they've obviously tried to ambush me on the stairs. It hasn't worked. They've all got carbonation drops in them, good. So they've obviously tried to ambush me on the stairs. They probably smoked or shot up before they did it, so their eyes were probably dilated. And the 800 lumens would have just blinded them almost instantly. And yeah, so yeah, so that happened. See, what they were trying to do by turning off the security lights was catch me on the stairs while I wasn't expecting them, so they could ambush me and beat the shit out of me without me being able to see anything or identify them at all. And yeah, that did not work for them. So what they started doing after that was they started trying to open my front door at odd hours in the morning. Well, I caught on to that too, because you know you're asleep and the next thing you hear is something like that. It's going to put you on edge, especially in an area like this. So what I ended up doing was I had another bike alarm. So I'd leaned the bike up against the front door, and if anybody even just touched the front door even gently, what had happened would what would happen was that the alarm would set off a warning buzzer. So it'd be a very sharp and quick buzz to just basically back off. And they, even with that, with me doing that on the daily, they still did that anywhere from 2 to 5 days a week, hoping that one day I'd forget to do it. Didn't happen. So that's that. Yeah, so what else happened with them? Eventually they got kicked out. So they all got forced out because they were just creating too many problems. And eventually caught up to them. And then as soon as I was done with them, the local welfare office gets onto me. So this is not even a month, 2 months after I dealt with the squatters. The local welfare office gets onto me because I'm disabled. And they say to me, okay, well, we need information on your partner. I said to them, what partner? We don't know. We just know you have a partner. You need to tell us about your partner. I said to them, I don't have a partner. They're like, well, we've received information that you do. Well, your information is incorrect. I do not have a partner. Well, we have information that you do have a partner. You need to tell us who your partner is. I said, I can't tell you about somebody that doesn't exist. It's going to be tight. So I said to him, I can't tell you about somebody that doesn't exist. I have to pour a little bit out of this one. I don't want that exploding. I said, look, I can't tell you about somebody that doesn't exist. And they're like, well, we still need to know about your partner. I said, I don't have a fucking partner. Well, we've received information that you do. And I'm just having this back and forth with them. And I really should have tasted this before I started bottling it. This could just be garbage. Alright, so... Smells like ale. Yep, that's ale. Something's off with that. No, that's fine. I think I just got a bit of sanitizer. But yeah, so they're like, we need to know about your partner. So I don't have a fucking partner. So that took 3 months to clear up. That took 3 months to clear up. And as soon as I clear that up, then I get stuck into the current situation that I'm in now. That I am not legally allowed to talk about. Not till it's over. But yeah, I can't talk about it. Yeah, so that's where I've been and why I haven't been doing much of anything on YouTube. I might be able to talk about what's happening soon, but that's all I can say right now. That's all fine and good. I'm going to end the recording here. I'm going to mix up another batch of sanitizer. I think the ale's fine. I think I just got a bit of the sanitizer. Okay. Yeah, so I'll mix up another batch of that. My phone. Why is my phone going off?